Hi everyone, this is a safety video, safety message. We have had 3 collisions on the bay over the last 4 weeks. All of them involved boat damage, which has cost the club. In most cases, when we've talked to people involved in the incidents, it seems like there's a bit of a confusion on what is safe on the rowing and paddling course. So I wanted to go through on this call the paddling course and what we view as safe so that everyone's clear about that and we can try and avoid the type of incidents that have happened. So I'm going to share screens. Okay, this is the rowing and paddling course. It's an official course that's approved by Maritime. Hopefully everyone's seen it. It's hanging up on the notice board at the bottom of the stairs. This is a designated course that we need to follow so that we know where we're traveling and other people on the bay know where we're traveling as well. The 3 incidents have all occurred pretty much in the same spot, so I want to focus on that and then explain a bit about what we think is safe. They've occurred, and you'll see, I'm going to just, when I'm going through the course, I'm going to refer to these cells. So we've kind of marked up the course so everything's in a grid, and there it's a numbered grid. So I'm going to refer to some of the actual numbers and the grids. So the 3 incidents have all occurred here in cell 8, which is just underneath the Anzac Bridge. It can be, and in those cases has been a busy part of the bay where people are turning and doing different things. And then what has happened is people have, in 2 instances, people have been in cell 8, which is down near the Maritime office, you'll see, and then taking off from cell 8, heading into Blackwattle Bay. That is never a good idea. There's too much going on in that part of the bay for it to be safe to cut across basically 2 lanes. So 1 lane going into Rozelle Bay and another lane going around Rozelle Bay into Blackwattle Bay. Not to mention that sometimes boats are doing a half lap and turning in 9 around into 14. I'm going to go over that in a second because there's probably, I think there's a safer way and for precautions to how to do that turning on a half lap to do it more safely. But just to go back to the idea, should you be taking off from, I don't think it's ever a good idea to be taking off from deep down in Maritime heading into Blackwattle Bay. It's just, you can't do a course, like you can't do a piece from there going into Blackwattle Bay. If you want to do a piece, the safest place to do it is from down in Rozelle Bay, heading to the point. If you're in a Cox boat or have a coach and you're being safe, it can be fine to do it from down near the bridge heading into Rozelle Bay. Never from cell 8 into Blackwattle Bay. And if you're, so that's that point. If you're turning and doing a half lap, say, the best place to turn is in cell 14, which is down near the marina, which is just before the Anzac Bridge. To turn there, head straight across to the other side of cell 14 and down into Blackwattle Bay, or to follow the turn all the way around into say 13 by the time you get around, and then safely crossing over to the other side of 13. If it's a quiet day, it can be safe to turn from 9 into 14. But if it's a busy day, you really should turn before the bridge or after the bridge. Okay, that's that. Also, if this area or just underneath Anzac Bridge can be busy, so There can be barges coming out, there can be punts coming out, there can be the ferry coming in. So sometimes there is a fair bit of traffic. If you're traveling out of Blackwattle Bay, getting ready to turn the corner underneath Anzac Bridge, and you see a barge or a couple of punts coming out of Rozelle Bay, the best thing to do is to row right across over to cell 8 before you turn. So basically go wide around the corner rather than the actual the line that's designated on the map, which is kind of turning halfway across the bridge. That can be safe when there's not much traffic around, but if there's traffic coming your way, it's best to go right across the other side of the bridge and then turn. Yeah, so hopefully that clears up what is safe around the turn of Anzac Bridge. Down in Rozelle Bay, that's down here in cell 16, I believe the best thing to do is to turn across to the buoy, stop and start there on the other side of the buoy. Sometimes people will go right down the bay. That can be okay. Sometimes it's required for the amount of traffic we create to turn down there. But in the mornings, keep aware that you have punts coming out of that corner. So it's not a great idea to go right down into that bay to turn. Some people disagree with that, but that's what I think is safest down in Rozelle Bay. Down in Blackwattle Bay, so down here in cell 30, the actual turn there, the modified course is actually at 30, not down here right next to the old wharf there, which doesn't exist anymore. Yeah, most people do the right thing here, but you do need to be careful that you go from 30 right across to the other side of 25, over near where the other wharf is over there, before you head down the bay. Don't just go straight from 30 straight over to 20. It's too short a course if you see that there. And does put you at risk if boats come wide around the corner and into Blackwattle Bay. You can end up being head on. Yeah, we haven't really had issues down there lately, but it is when we're busy, we do need to think even more about making sure we go right to the other side before we turn around to head out Blackwattle Bay. So hopefully that helps. We really don't want the type of incidents that we've had over the last 4 weeks. It's cost the club thousands, and the incidents could have been a lot worse by inches. So yeah, we really want to be extra safe underneath Anzac Bridge.